Soweto, South Africa's largest township, lies just outside Johannesburg. Affectionately known as Barra, Soweto's only hospital sprawls over 173 acres, has 429 buildings and 10 kilometers of corridor. With over 3,000 beds, it serves a population of about 4 million people. Named after Cornish settler John Albert Baragwanath, the hospital added the name Chris Hani in honor of the ANC activist murdered in 1993. The trauma unit is one of the hospital's busiest departments and is always particularly hard hit on payday weekends, when alcohol flows freely in the townships and violence erupts.
Oh, they stabbed me, man. They stabbed me with a knife.
His brain and C-spine?
We did a C-spine X-ray, but apparently...
You've got a stab in your neck. Yeah. It's a big stab in your neck. And you're going to need a scan so that we can see if there's any vessels damaged there.
This dude can wait outside. He must also wait outside. I'm from the west of Ireland, and in the last 8 years I've been working in Glasgow. I was working in emergency medicine. Barra is probably one of the busiest trauma units in the world, and I came for the experience here. It's 7 o'clock, 24 hours to go. It's the end of the month, so pretty much try and clear this by about lunchtime, and then it'll start again. So his abdomen's not good, hey?
Hold on.
Kajal is an intern in the trauma unit. Her first patient, Isaac, has multiple stab wounds.
Good morning. Sister, we got another one coming in.
Okay, it was...
He's assaulted. He's got surgical emphysema, though. Hello. How are you? What's your name? Isaac. I'm first year intern. At the moment, I'm doing trauma.
The experience doctors gain at Barra has given it worldwide renown as a teaching hospital.
Patrick. He's got surgical emphysema all the way from the neck down to the abdomen.
Okay.
Can't feel any fail segments or fractures.
What's his mechanism?
He was assaulted, he was kicked to the chest. There's a lot of patients that come in assaulted. Because this is the end of the month, it's payday, it's exceptionally busy. What's wrong?
They used a tin of jam to stab.
They used a tin of jam, a cut tin to stab him.
Okay, we're going to put this man to sleep, and we're going to put a tube down and take over his breathing, because his conscious level is not high enough to protect his own airway at the moment, and he needs scans. He's very difficult to assess in any other way. I think he's got a mandibular fracture. Do you want to do the tube? Okay. His aide here is going to do the intubation. I'm just going to supervise him. Okay.
So what we'll do for Isaac is we'll suture the laceration. A lot of this is people getting drunk and getting into fights with people they know. We see a lot of stabs to the chest, to the body, to the heads.
When it gets busy, we have probably about a third of the amount of space that we need. We don't have enough staff, we don't have enough nurses, we don't have enough doctors, we don't have enough equipment. A lot of the equipment doesn't work or breaks when you need it. What access do we have? Is this working?
After battling for 20 minutes, Kajal gets Isaac's bleeding under control.
Now he's fine, his level of consciousness is 15 out of 15, so we're going to leave him outside for somebody to suture him to make space if anyone else comes in, and because this place is already full. It's often very frustrating because I think Barra, more than a lot of other places, is grossly understaffed. They're under-resourced as well because of the limited budget.
10 o'clock in the morning, and already we've used up all our ventilators now. There's not a single ventilator left in the hospital, and this is the last ventilator in resus. And we've got Saturday night festivities still to come, so I don't know how we'll manage tonight, but this happens most weekends.
As the number of patients waiting to be seen mounts, Kajal finds room for one more near the fire escape, where drunk and disorderly patients are restrained while staff wait for them to sober up. It's mid-morning, but the unit is already full to capacity.
All the other hospitals in the city are shut. Hello? So we're the only one that was open until 7 o'clock this morning. We've now asked to shut for 2 hours to give us a chance to try and clear this, because we can't resuscitate any more patients. We don't even have room for them. We have no ventilators and we have nowhere to put them. So in reality, patients will continue to come.
With staff shortages a constant problem, interns like Kajal are heavily relied upon to keep the place functioning, and despite their lack of experience, are often faced with life and death situations.
You're getting in the right place, but then you're doing that and blocking your room. Okay? Because we have such a shortage of doctors here, our interns are left unsupervised an awful lot of the time. Most of the time there is someone more senior around to supervise them, but occasionally they will just have to do this without supervision. Did you get a view? Yeah. Okay. Take your time.
As senior doctor on duty, interns often call upon Patrick for advice.
He's very good with his procedures and his knowledge is amazing. You trust his judgment, so if you're not sure about something, you can go to him and you know he's going to tell you exactly what to do and how to do it. So he's lovely to be on call with.
Kajal collects Isaac's scan from the X-ray unit. He seems to have escaped serious injury.
On his brain, he's got no fractures or any head injury from the current trauma. So the lacerations on his head were just superficial to the skull. They didn't cause any damage.
Others are less fortunate.
I've just seen a lady who's been raped and violently assaulted. I just need to sort out some investigations for her, and then we're going to get the gynecology doctors to come and see her and try and get forensic evidence to prosecute whoever did this.
A woman born in South Africa has more chance of getting raped than learning how to read.
No. Hit with a bottle, okay? Just on your head. There is a lot of violence here. I mean, South Africa has a significant problem with crime and with violence, and we serve a big population and quite a poor population, so you see a lot of it. I guess if you work in an emergency department anywhere in the world, then you see pretty much the worst of society and the worst of what one human can do to another. Every day we see people who've been murdered, assaulted, raped. What happened to you?
Treating victims of violence also carries personal risks for the doctors.
Hit you. Come over here and sit on the chair. You can see the amount of blood that's all over the place. We've got blood on our arms and covered in blood. Probably 50 to 80% of our patients have HIV, and quite a lot of them have hepatitis also. So we try and keep gloves on as a minimum. We should wear eye protection and things, but it's not feasible to wear it continuously for 24 hours. It's too uncomfortable. So. What time did you phone the ambulance? Was it when you were stabbed? Yeah, okay. So on a busy night, we often see this, people who've been stabbed, which is 10 hours ago now, and only coming to hospital now because the ambulances have been tied up with other cases. So essentially, time has told us that he's stable, so he's fit to go upstairs for an X-ray up to the main hospital.
Although Patrick's new patient Sipho has a serious stab wound, he must make his own way to the X-ray department, a 5-minute walk from the trauma unit. Patients often lose their way or simply disappear.
I understand he was on the line.
Where is he?
At that side.
Outside?
Yeah, through the window in the recess.
This happens all the time. Patients go away, we might see them for hours and hours. I saw you earlier, hey? Yeah, sit up for me. Go back inside, okay? We sometimes lose people.
Sipho has returned from the X-ray department. He joins another queue and waits for a diagnosis.
In the UK, we have to get all, like 95% of patients discharged or admitted within 4 hours. It's a bit different here. They can spend 36 hours in the department. load of trauma from the weekend has now cleared. We've had a couple of fresh resuscitations, a couple of more patients now who need scanned, but we're getting on top of things now. Hopefully by this evening we'll have sorted out all of the backlog. Right, there's nobody dying right this minute, so I'm going to go and have something to drink because I can't do this all day.
Just as Patrick tries to take a break, 12 victims of a minivan accident are brought in.
Hello. Hello. Can you let go of your leg, please? Thank you very much. There is more car accidents here. There's a lot more pedestrian accidents. Stay nice and still. Stay still. You're in a taxi, hey? You remember everything that happened? You can answer your phone if you wish. Okay, can you bend this leg gently for me?
I'm on hospital.
That's great.
Please.
And this one? Good man. Fantastic. Okay, ideally this maneuver would be done with the patient fully undressed in a proper room, but as you can see, we're having to work in corridors here.
I'm so exhausted. I can't wait to get home.
There's still a few hours work out there without any more people coming in. But usually by about 10 o'clock it starts to get busy, and by about 3 a.m. it'll be wild.
Yeah. Tonight they are coming.
Night falls on Soweto. At Barra, the trauma team is halfway through their 24-hour shift. They are busy dealing with the victims of the minivan accident. Staff are already pushed to the limit when news filters in that police have allegedly opened fire on a group of raucous funeral goers. Ambulances arrive with the wounded.
When you hear what really happened is these guys were fighting the police, so apparently police started shooting them.
Then they started shooting without any order. They're telling us whatever, we should do something. They started shooting at us. We don't know why.
One of the men has been shot in the face.
Look at that.
Sure.
Because it's gunshot back.
They just shot me. I don't know why.
Okay, we got the drag, please.
He's got a gunshot to his face and his entire neck is swollen up so that he couldn't breathe. We had great difficulty trying to get him, trying to open an airway for him to breathe. On average here we see about 3,000 trauma patients a month, approximately 300 resuscitations a month, so an average of 10 a day. All those white dots are little bits of metal that are stuck in his body. And this is like multiple shot, like from a shotgun. But he's got a very serious injury to a blood vessel in his neck. And we need to take him to the theatre to see exactly what that is.
Is he unconscious?
We put him. Well, no, we had to put him to sleep in order to stabilize him at the moment. Okay, it's a life-threatening condition and he needs an operation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I need a break being in here every day for 9 months, almost every day for 9 months. Time for a change. Time for a break. Hi, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there. I think I dropped the call. We still have no ventilators available. We still have about 30 patients unassessed in the corridor. And we've got about 3 gunshot abdomens, one of whom still hasn't gone to theatre.
With no more space for new patients, the unit is forced to close its doors again.
We just cannot take them. We have nowhere for them to go. P1s must not come here.
I went to Joburg Gen first, and they told me that, look,
Baragwanath got the best bench unit.
Yeah, no,
That's why they set
we're
me
shut to P1s.
And I told control,
We're shut to P1s.
and he agreed.
We're shut to P1s. You're supposed to phone ahead to check with the P1. You didn't phone ahead. You didn't follow the structure. It's not my problem now. You need to sort it out, okay? We're shut until 3 o'clock to P1s, okay? I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. We have no ventilators available and we have no ICU beds available. Therefore, we can't take resuscitation patients at the moment because we have nowhere to put them. So for that reason, the hospital is closed until 3 a.m. to give us a chance to try and clear the backlog.
Among the patients still awaiting treatment is a baby who was burnt in a shack fire. Paraffin stoves are often the cause of accidental fires in Soweto.
Thank you. Okay. Your baby was in a fire. We're going to take some blood on him. We're going to put up a drip on him, and we're going to check his blood pressure and everything else. So you need to let us help him, please. Okay? The paramedics said when they got to the scene, there were only 4 people in the shack. 3 of them were burnt beyond recognition, and this baby was the only one that survived. The mother passed away, and then... So for the dad, it's very upsetting because he's lost his wife and his, I think, other child as well. And I don't think he's coping very well. A lot of times the parents are very distressed, and them being distressed frightens the children more, and the children become more difficult to manage. But for now, he's probably going to be admitted to the pacientima.
We can see a couple of major burns in a shift, which is, in the Western world, probably several months' worth of burns can see in a single shift.
Sipo is still waiting in the queue. Another patient waiting for treatment has collapsed in the corridor. Patrick is called to help and he orders the man moved to the resuscitation room.
He's been bottled in the head. He's lost a little bit of blood and then he's fainted outside. Just want to make sure there's no other injuries that we're not missing. Nothing. That's fine. Okay, back he goes. Okay, so let's just give him a bit of fluid. Hello? And you can see his eye injury. That's an unsalvageable eye, basically. Okay. Right.
The trauma unit is then hit with an added complication.
Sometimes it takes a while for the generators to kick in.
South Africa has recently been besieged by an energy crisis, leading to massive power cuts countrywide, even in hospitals.
Passenger, high velocity, open beam of
With some of the backlog cleared, new patients are wheeled in. A drunk driver is brought in by paramedics. He's in a critical condition.
Pefamula? Pefamula nicely. We need to get up IV access on him. We need to get his C-spine immobilized. We need x-rays on him. He's basically got fractures of both his legs. He's got a fracture of his arm as well. He's got a fracture of his collarbone. He's not all that awake. He's probably bled a lot from his legs. So we need to get up a line on him and get some fluid into him. Quite seriously. John.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't breathe. Doctor, please.
What?
5 minutes, fresh air. Please. I'm dying here.
But if we can get instruction here, we might get it.
Just
We don't have a line.
take me up.
We don't have a line.
Take me up, please.
We can't get any drips up on him to give him fluids, and he looks like he's lost a lot of blood.
I pretty much knew at the point I was becoming involved that he was in big trouble.
He doesn't look well, and he doesn't look like he's going to make it, but we'll continue trying.
Despite repeated efforts, the trauma team are unable to get a drip up on John.
We need to get a line fast. Can we get a high cap line? You know that if it was you or if it was somebody you knew in that place, you'd want to do everything possible before you give up. But at the back of your mind, you also know that it's very difficult, and the chances that he's going to make it are quite slim.
John dies in the early hours of the morning.
The longer it went on, the less chance we had of being successful. Essentially, this patient shouldn't have died if we could have given him fluids and given him blood. He just continued to deteriorate, and I don't think I've ever seen it before, someone who just cannot get access in any of the sites that we usually use. But you saw yourself, it was 40 minutes of several people trying in several different locations, and we're just unable to do it, so unfortunately he succumbed.
He started crashing in front of us, and we felt a bit helpless, if I can say, but we tried our best on it. At the moment, there's so many other patients that we have to see who we can prioritize, and instead of mourning on one guy, rather try to find other guys and see if we can make a difference in their lives.
Bed 6.
Less than an hour to go.
I really feel like my legs are going to give up like any second. Unfortunately, this place is still chaos. We'll finish whatever we can by 7, and then the people that come on tomorrow will have to take over.
Came in on scene GCS of 12, dropped his GCS when I saw him with a GCS of 6.
The last 24 hours were probably the busiest trauma call I've done so far. Just when you thought it was getting like a little bit manageable, and then another lot came in.
After 22 hours, Sipho is finally located and attended to.
We're looking for you everywhere.
Yeah, those are discharged. Out. Baba, you got blood in your chest, huh? You need to put a pipe.
Now I'm going to hand over all the patients that we've admitted from last night. And after that, I'm going home to sleep, and I'll probably sleep most of the day.
In my 8 months in Barra, I think I've only seen Barra closed 3 or 4 times. It's not something that we do that often, but last night we got hit fairly hard. So probably 15, 20 attempted murders, 2 people died in our shift, 2 women who had been raped, children with burns. All in all, there was a lot. Then I'm going to go home, hopefully not fall asleep on the way home, which has happened. I'm going to have a shower and go to bed. So I'm back here at 7 a.m. tomorrow.